Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube dojo, hey, watch out for the flaws. It will make you slip and fall. Wait a minute, why did I say that? Oh boy, it's Weeknight with Ellie Muller. And now, a man who is going to talk about flaws tonight. Oh, now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Let's just get this thing over with. He is the one and only Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? Alright, the themes are what's composed by Donald Mathis Piano, Tori's Gaming Spot, Candy Bar Tunes, Christian Freaky, Smile Chucker, and GD Cube, the YouTuber aka GD Cube, are responsible for most of the things that you'll see in here on this program tonight. And they are pretty much all our Shoutout Spotlight last time, along with Eva Amity, Grandma Level 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. And Pierre Kelly. Please check all those people out. Now, I have found this week's Count of the Week winner. You'll find out who that person is later on in the program. But first, it's time for us to find out what's up. Here we go. What's up with frost? A layer of ice on a solid surface. Watch out! It's cold, dangerous, and frosty. Now, static electricity can remove frost from the window. All you need is an electrode with 550 volts. Wow, it's almost like a sloth. And hey, there are 3 definitions of frost. In other words, frost has 3 definitions. Process of freezing, a covering of minute ice crystals on a cold surface, and the temperature that causes freezing. Wow, this will be a frosty show. Wow! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another top 8 list. All right, MP, let's do it. Frost. Tonight's category, top 8 reasons why frost will always be messed up. Number 8, it's cold. Number 7, it's freezing. Number 6, it's frosty. Number 5, it'll make you sick. Number 4, it'll make your lover want to run away from you. Number 3, it once turned an owl into a statue. Number 2, it actually froze a nice pair of jeans once. And number 1, it made a monkey act like a human being last week. I'm not surprised. Thanks, MP. Thanks a lot. You know what to do? Hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Ellie Muller for late night, hashtag Ellie Muller for adulthood, hashtag Spread LeBron, and hashtag Autism is awesome. Get those hashtags to turn on social media, please. Like this thing, subscribe, ring the bell, chat in the comment section down below. Whoever you please, do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, this week's Count of the Week winner, a moment for everyone, talking time, random advice, and a few other things. Remember, this is Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your Bob Night.
Oh my God, Christmas carolers! Comfort and joy, oh.
New television programs getting you down?
Then say hello to your favorite shows. Just tune in to Nick at Night.
Hello out there from TV land.
If you want to be absolutely sure you have a new carpet on your floor for the holidays, there's only one company to call.
Empire.
Everything's on sale at Empire now. Anso 5 Worry-Free, DuPont Stain Master, Monsanto Stain Blocker, 3M Stain Release. All on sale at up to 50% off because we got to clear out this warehouse to make it bigger. So for stain-resistant carpeting at up to 50% off with no payment till May, give me 1 day.
588-2300 Empire.
Carpet next day, payment next May, and save up to 50%.
Is someone special expecting something special from you? Don't disappoint them. Send it express mail. Overnight delivery starting at just $9.95. Even on Christmas Day. Express mail from your post office.
We deliver for you.
Welcome back to Weeknight Update. Oh yeah! Tori's Gaming Spot will have another story for everyone in a few moments. But first, it's time for the in-between monologue. There are three types of frost: radiation frost, advection frost, and rime. I don't have a joke about that. I just thought that those types of frost are rather interesting. Did you know that you can expect frost if it's not windy outside? Well, that explains why nobody blew away like Mary Poppins once did in my area this past week. Now, frost and ice are both the same thing. They both form when water vapor in the air freezes onto a cold surface. Look, here's the bottom line, alright? Do not go outside when you see either of those things, alright? Now, black frost is just like regular frost, but without the moisture from the adjacent air. Yeah, you still need to be careful. It's still very dangerous. And finally, a patchy frost is possible if the temperatures are in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Of course, it will be extremely cold in the USA for a while, so please warm up and stay inside. Hey, guess what, folks? It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Tori Story. Tori, what's the story?
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's Story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about frost. And here's the story. A bad-tempered peasant woman had a daughter on whom she lavished everything she could get, and a stepdaughter whom she neglected and ill-treated. In the mother's eyes, the daughter had no faults, while the stepdaughter was always blamed and tried as she might. The poor girl never could please. So unhappy was she made that her eyes were often red from weeping. The sight of her tear-stained face only angered the stepmother the more, and caused her to say to the girl's father, "Send her away, old man. My eyes are tired of the sight of her, and my ears of the sound of her voice. Send her out of the house." The father begged to have his daughter remain, but the stepmother was determined to be rid of her, and gave him no peace. At last, when he could hold out against her no longer, he placed his daughter in a sledge and drove her to the open fields, and here he left her with nothing to shield her from the bitter cold. Kissing her goodbye, he drove away with tears in his eyes, not daring to look at her back. Left alone by her father, the girl wandered across the bleak fields to the edge of the forest, where she sat down under a fir tree and wept. A crackling sound caused her to look up, and she saw King Frost springing from one tree to another. When he reached the fir tree, he jumped down beside her with a bound, snapping his fingers in her lovely face. He asked, "Do you know who I am? I will tell you." "Do you know who I am? I will tell you. I am King Frost." "Hail to you, great king," smiled the maiden. "Have you come for me? Are you warm, fair maiden?" he asked in answer. "Yes, quite warm, King Frost," the maiden replied, although she was shivering. King Frost bent over her and snapped his fingers about her until the air seemed full of needles. Again, he asked, Are you still warm, dear maiden?" Her lips could scarcely move to utter the words, "Quite warm, King Frost." He snapped his teeth and cracked his fingers till all the air was filled with stinging things. His eyes glistened, and for the last time he asked, "Are you warm now, beautiful maiden? Are you still warm, my dear?" She was scarcely able to speak, but managed to gasp, "Still warm, King Frost." The gentle girl's patience and uncomplaining endurance caused King Frost to take pity on her suffering. He dressed her in a robe and broidered in silver and gold, and decked her with sparkling diamonds. She glittered and shone and was dazzling to behold. Then, placing her in his sleigh, he wrapped her in furs, and 6 white horses bore them swiftly away. The stepmother at home was baking pancakes for the girl's funeral feast. "Go to the field," she said to her husband, "and bring your daughter's body home so we can bury her." The old man rose to obey when the little dog barked to him, "Your daughter shall not die. Hers cold and still shall lie." The woman kicked the dog, then tried to coax it with a pancake, telling it to say, "Her daughter shall have gold. His be frozen stiff and cold. When the little dog had swallowed the pancake, he barked, "His daughter shall be wed. Hers shall be frozen dead." The woman whipped the dog, then coaxed it with more pancakes, but the blows could not terrify it, nor food persuade it to change its tune. It barked always the same. Suddenly the door opened and a huge chest was thrust into the room, followed by the radiant stepdaughter in a dress that dazzled them with its beauty. As soon as the stepmother recovered from her astonishment, she ordered her husband to yoke the horses to the sledge and take her own daughter to the field. Take care you leave her in the same place," the old woman cautioned. The father left the girl as he was told and returned to his home. She was not long alone when King Frost came by. "Are you warm, maiden?" he asked. You must be a fool not to see that my hands and feet are nearly frozen," she angrily replied. The king danced in front of her and cracked his fingers. "Are you warm, maiden?" he asked her over and over. She cried with rage and called him rude names until he froze the words on her lips, and she was dead. The mother waited for her daughter's return until she became impatient. Then she told her husband to take the sledge and go for her. "But don't lose the chest," she added. The dog under the table barked. "Your daughter, frozen cold, will never need a chest of gold." The old woman was scolding the dog for telling lies when the door opened. Rushing out to welcome her daughter and her treasures, she clasped the frozen body in her arms, and the chill of it killed her as well. The end. That's the story about Frost. So stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys.
Wow, that was an awesome story, Tori. Thank you very much. Hey, let's find out who won this week's Count of the Week challenge.
Well, it's the end of a week. That means that it's time for Ellie Muller to answer the question that the world has been asking since the beginning of a week. What's the comment of the week? What are you waiting for, Ellie? Let's get this over with.
Thank you very much, Christian Freites. This week's Count of the Week question was, if you have to come up with a holiday song about Cyber Monday, bells, chimes, colts, and frost, then what would you call the song, and what would be the song's lyrics? Alright, let's go. Mason Wrigley said that he wasn't too sure. Well, at least he was honest. Anthony Shaw at the Small Cultures and Openings said, all that money is greed, or all that money is greed. That's a good one. The Sequential Art Man didn't really give me a song that would actually fit the bill. He just copied that song from H2O, Just Add Water. Although that was a good song, it wasn't an original song, and it had nothing to do with Cyber Monday, bells, chimes, colts, or frost. So, the Sequential Art Man has been disqualified. So, the winner of this week's Count of the Week challenge is Anthony Shaw at the Small Cultures and Opening. Congratulations to Anthony Shaw at the Small Cultures and Opening. We'll try this again next week. And remember, please follow the rules.
Well, Ellie Muller has found the comment of the week. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that it's time to move on with the rest of the show. So let's go!
Well done, Anthony showed the Spot Cultures an opening. Yeah. All right. Mason Wrigley won 22 more points this week, and Anthony showed the Spot Cultures an opening was able to receive 137 points. Why did I say 137 points? Because he actually won this week's Count of the Week challenge. And he was, I believe, the first person to participate. So he got an additional 100 points along with the 37 points he already received. So let's take a look at the rankings. Anthony showed the Spot Cultures an opening. It's in first place with 1,599 points. Pierre Kelly is not too far behind with 590. Philip Gibson and Candy Bar Tunes both have 259 points. Mason Wrigley has 240 points. Roberta Henley has 174 points. My Point has 137 points. Yellow Belly Queen has 74 points. TCN MF, CEO of the Webtoon Network, has 59 points. The Vero Media Studios, Do Not Terminate or Hack, has 37 points. And Hanno still has 22 points. Wow. Competition is getting fierce now. Let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Winter is pretty much here, and we have talked about the winter-related topics on this show before. But I got to talk to you about the coldest thing that you will ever see between now and March, aside from the temperatures, the snow, and the ice. Frost. That's right, frost. Now, frost is a layer of ice on a cold surface which forms from water vapor that deposits onto a freezing surface. Frost will often form when the temperature drops below 32 degrees. Now those are facts that you won't learn from the other late night talk. You're welcome. Anyway, how do you know if the frost has arrived? Well, here's a simple test, alright? Look outside. Do you see any ice on the sidewalk? Is it freezing outside? If you come back in very quickly, if you said yes to all those questions, then the frost has already arrived. So please, be careful this weekend. Don't go outside in the cold. You will get sick, the frost will get you, and you will become an igloo before the end of the year. Don't get mad at me, folks. I'm just trying to help you out. Now, let's have a little talking time, huh? How can static electricity help you remove frost from the windows with very little energy? How can it do that? Well, according to this particular article, apparently it can do that by only using 550 volts. in an electro. That's right. And the 550 volts that I just mentioned would come from high voltage copper plates. Interesting. That's very interesting. Of course, this brings up an interesting question. What is frost? Well, wait a minute. We have been talking about frost all throughout the episode. It's either the process of freezing, a covering of minute ice crystals on a cold surface, or the temperature that causes freezing. I know. It's very, very interesting. So, when you are dealing with frost, please be careful. Now, how about some random advice for the weekend, huh? If you see frost outside this weekend, then please do not go outside. It's too cold. If someone else sees frost, then please give that person the following speech. Do not go outside. You'll become a popsicle. If you think that a frosty day is not a safe day, then let me tell you this. You are right. And finally, if you decide to stay inside on a frosty day, then you are one of the smartest human beings on the planet. You are also the safest person around. Good job. Well, that's it for yet another interesting episode of Weeknight Update. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the ending experiments and enjoy the weekend. I'll see you on Monday. That's the news. I'm out, Steve. 4x4.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner. Did you get your Christmas shopping done yet? Well, you need to pick up the pace this weekend. Right now, you need to enjoy the ending experiments.
Thank you very much, Christian Freites. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for the random box with Knuckles.
Christmas is rapidly approaching. Did you do your Christmas shopping yet? Well, you need to hurry. But before you run to the store, please enjoy the Random Box with Knuckles! Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Random Box. I am Knuckles. Christmas is rapidly approaching, and I must say that I'm looking forward to Christmas this time around. Rouge and I will get married on Christmas Day, and she and I will have a wonderful wedding. I hope that will snow during the wedding. A snowy Christmas wedding will make things between me and Rouge amazing. True love is one of the greatest Christmas presents ever, and when I'm with Rouge, I'm the happiest echidna in the world. By the way, I am an echidna. Remember that. Now, I don't know if we will have a very big wedding cake or not, but I do know this. Rouge and I love each other. Weddings are all about love, and that's what Rouge and I have. Well, Rouge wants to talk to me about the wedding, so I gotta go. See you next week. This has been the Random Box of Knuckles, a production of Catching Shoes and Nick at Night. When live TV breaks, we fix it. Wow, Knuckles and Rouge are actually getting married on Christmas Day? That will make Nick at Night happy.
Look at those Christmas trees. Don't they look wonderful? What? Those trees are sold out? How? Let's just talk about what you can expect from Nick at Night next week. Next week on The Kane Factor with Jessica Kane, join Jessica Kane as she welcomes Rosie Mercado, Isabella Mercado, Drew Carey, John Stamos, Dave Coulier, Lindsay M. Clements, Sophia Carson, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and Sherry Shepard. That's right, Jessica's show will have the holiday spirit all next week. The Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller will help you get ready for winter and the holidays because Ellie and his team will talk about shovels, winter, boots, gloves, hats, and ice skates. You better get all those things before next week. They're important. Watch those shows and several other shows next week on Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it.
Alright, folks, it's time for yet another episode of Funny Sticks. Are you ready? Let's go!
Scabba-da-dooba-dee. What? How come we're not lip synced? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh. Let's get up with the match bunny. Not gonna say anything? I'm not gonna eat that. I remember what happened yesterday. I mean last time. We have to use a computer. Great. Back in MS Paint. Actually, you're in Paint.net. Why am I so stupid?
So, static electricity can remove frost from windows. And it does so with very little energy. Interesting. See, that's something that you won't learn from PBS. So, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to answer an important question. What did we learn? So what did we learn? Well, we've learned that frost is a covering of ice crystals on a cold surface, as well as the process of freezing and the temperature that causes freezing. And we've also learned that static electricity can remove frost from windows using very little energy. Of course, if static electricity can do that, then I have a feeling that PBS is going to do something with that fact in 2026. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Anyway, that is it. But before we go, here is your musical performance time performance. And now, it's musical performance time. It's musical performance time again, folks, and here's another holiday song for you. that was your musical performance time performance. And now it's time for another brand new episode of Kadabra and Sparkles.
Hey guys, it's the Kadabra and Sparkles Show. And now, here's your host, Kadabra the Magic Bunny, with his co-host, Sparkles the Magic Wand.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to our show. Our next trick is called the Finger Chopper Trick.
Okay, Kadabra, I got the finger chopper set up.
Thanks, Sparkles. Now, some of you guys think this was a crazy idea, but if you believe in magic... Ow! 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 Oh, God! Ow! Ow! Okay, folks, that's the end of this episode. I'll see you all soon when my finger gets healed up. So this is Kadabra the Magic Bunny and Sparkles saying, see you next time! Turns out that magic trick was a crazy idea, eh, Sparkles? Sure was, Kadabra.
Join us again next time. Same Kadabra time, same Kadabra show.
There are 57 kinds of ketchup, millions of stars shining bright. There's 1,000 ways to lose your mind, but there's only one Nick at Night.